How are you, student? Hope you're fine and doing well. Today in lecture number 5, we'll work with the extending base adapter. Basically, we will design our own adapter, and in today's lecture, basically, we will work with the ListView, but we will try to design our own custom layout to display a complex type of the data in the ListView. To display a complex type of the data, you need to perform basically two actions, which is one is designing your layout and the one is extending your base adapter. So let's start the work. I'm just going to open the one empty application, and I'm just giving here list view, fruit list view application. Here what we want to do, we want to display the fruit picture and the fruit name within the list view. In this type of example, you will see we will not have same type of the data. We will have might be a different type of the data which we will combine together, and then we will display in the list view. To make this application a little bit simple, I'm just writing here few steps. Number one, you have to add list view control in main activity. Number second, you should design your own layout. How do you want to display your data? Number third, extend base adapter. You have to extend your base adapter. Basically, you cannot use the built-in adapter, as I have already explained in the last class. If you have the same type of data, just like a list of cities name, list of product name, where the type of the data is basically string or integer or double or same type of the data, then you can use the built-in adapter. If you remember, we have used array adapter in the last class, but here we cannot use the built-in adapter. Built-in adapter basically is used to display the same type of the data. Here the data type is not same. We have, you will see in this example, we will display the fruit pictures as well as the fruit name. So these two things combine together, so then we cannot use the array adapter. We have to design our own adapter, and through the base adapter we will extend the base adapter. So once you will have your list view on the main activity, once you have designed your layout, then make sure you have designed extend your base adapter. Extend base adapter to create your own adapter. And number 4, link your adapter with the list view. So totally we have four different steps. So step number 1, so let's go to the main activity and just change the layout from this to relative layout, and if possible you should use some margin 10 dp. Now I do not need the text view, I just need here the list view control, wrap content and wrap content. This program basically looks little difficult, but it is not difficult. If you will follow the steps exactly as I have just described in the video, then it will be easy for you after watching the video, and once you will practice 1 or 2 times, then it looks easy. Okay, then I'm just giving here the fruit list view. Make sure you should use the proper name so that it will be easy for you to understand. Android, I'm just using divider height which is 1 dp, and Android divider which is #f00, which is red color. Number 1 step. Number 2 steps is to design your layout. but before the layout, I am just because we want to display the photo. So for the photo, I have already downloaded the photo. I have already some few photos available in my laptop. You can even, I will even download the photos online. Uh, Look, we have the three photo. Now you should keep one thing in your mind. I will just copy these three photo in my application, but keep in your mind you should use here the fruit photo name must be small. Do not use capital anything. And then secondly, it must be JPG. JPG. Your Android basically support the JPG. So we have the three photo. Let's copy these three photo and then go back to your application, and within the drawable, which is your resource, let's paste your resources here. So now we will paste here. Now these are the three resources are available. One is the apple.jpg, cherry.jpg, coconut.jpg. So now we have the three photos here. So what we want to do basically, we want to display uh, the photo of the fruit and secondly the name of the fruit. Now we have the main activity, we have the photo. Now the next we need here one more activity, one more layout. So this time do not add empty activity because we do not need the code file. We just need only the layout. So you should go to the layout and just add here custom design or custom layout or anything looks good to you. A custom layout. Make sure do not use capital words. Small, you have to use the small word. What type of layout do you need? So we need here the relative layout. Relative layout, and then you have to click on the OK button. Now, what you want, how do you want to display your data within the list view? So what I want to display here the one is small photo of the fruit and then the fruit name. To do that, on this custom layout, I will add here the one control image view. So width will be 60 dp and height will be 60 dp. Now you should use the one proper name for your this control. uh, I am just giving the name here fruit image view. huh? Now do you want to display any default photo? So yes, I want to display the default photo with the source property. We have just added the three fruit name, which is apple, cherry and coconut. So I want to display by default apple. So this is the one. Then secondly, I just need here the one text view. So I'm just writing here text view, wrap content. Now give the one proper name, one proper ID to your this control. I'm just writing the name fruit name text view, fruit name, and the default name, default display will be apple. So now I want that this control Android to the right of fruit image, to the right of fruit image. I will just show you in a while. And if you want to use the margin, so just use here margin 10 dp. Got it? So this way you can just see right now we have something like this. So this will be basically one row, and now first of all we'll display the first fruit photo and image, and then we will display in the first row of the list view. Then we will display the second photo of fruit and then second fruit name, and then we will display in the second row. Now to do that, basically we cannot use built-in adapter. We cannot use the array adapter. So what we have to do, we have to right click, add Java class, which is basically the third step. You can just see here, create your own adapter by extending the base adapter. So I'm just writing here my own adapter. So you can just give a name my adapter or any name you can just. This will extend the base class, which is base adapter, and then you have to click OK. It's giving some error, but we will resolve that error. Okay, what different type of data will you pass? So we will pass one array, fruit name array. We will pass one array. We will also pass the fruit images. So fruit images array, and also the context mean that where do you want to display your um, this information. So we want to display within this within this particular application. We need the constructor. You know that constructor is basically is used to initialize the local values, local array values, or local data item values. So we have three data items. To create a constructor, one of the things you can just do here, you can even type, or you can even use the generate constructor. And then for the constructor, I will pass the fruit names array, I will pass the fruit images, and the context. So these are the three things I will just pass. So you can just see I will pass the fruit name array, which I am just storing within the local array, and then I am just passing here the fruit images, which I will store here in. To make it more clear, you should use this. This means that that's represent to the local declared array. Whatever you will just pass, it will come to the local declared array. Now it has the few form methods. So what you have to do, you have to just hold your cursor here for a few seconds, and you will see the bulb symbol. So just click here, and then you have to click on the implement method. Implement, it has the four different methods: get count, get item id, and get view. So you have to just select all of them and click OK. So now you have the all four methods, and error has been gone from here. So now we have the first method, which is get count. So how many items do you want to display in the list view? 2, 3, 4, 5. So we never know. Basically it's depend on how many items do we have in the array. How many items do we have in the array? If you write down here 1, it will display 1 value in your list view. If you write down here 2, it will display 2. So I'm just writing here something dynamic. Look, we will pass the fruit name array to our local array. So I'm just writing here fruit name array dot length, up to the length of. If we will pass 2 values, then it will display 2. If we will pass 10 value, it will display 10. Now we have get item, mean some basically by the time you will display your first fruit name, so you need the index of that one. So index you can get through the position, which is we have just passed here, and then we have just to pass here this one as well. Now basically what we want, that we want to display the fruit image and the fruit name. To display that thing, we need to basically get the values of array and display here. So if you want to get this complete layout, within your programming, if you want to get, so you cannot get directly, you can get this thing through the one service that is called layout inflator services. So now through the layout inflator services, get view mean that how do you need the view. So look, I need view something like this. How do you want to design your view? So I need the fruit name, and fruit photo, and I need the fruit name here, this way basically, and then similarly 1 second, then third, then fourth. So this thing we have here. So I need to get this complete layout and store, because on this layout we have the one control which is fruit image, and the one control which is fruit name. So to do that, I'm just writing here a layout inflator equal to layout inflator. So you can get the layout inflator services through context.getSystem services, and then I'm just writing here context dot layout inflator services. This is basically the built-in service, one of the built-in service of the Android. Through this service you can get your layout, and you can store inside the object. So now we get this service, and we have a store inside the layout inflator service. Now what you want to do, basically this is your one view, this is your one complete view. This view is consisting of two control, one is a fruit name and one is a fruit photo. So what you have to do here, you have to declare here the one object which is view, because we want to design our own view. So view is a class my view equal to now you have layout inflator services, so you can just write down here layout inflator services dot inflate means get this custom layout and design as per my own requirement. So now inflate which layout, r dot layout dot custom layout, this one custom layout, get this custom layout and store inside my view. So now get this custom layout and store in my view. Now in my view object you will have two control, so get these two control. I'm just writing now. We have the two control, one is the text view and one is the fruit photo image view. So I'm just writing here image view and then fruit image view IV and then image view. I cannot write down here find view by ID because we have everything inside my view. Everything inside my view. So my view dot find view by ID r dot id dot fruit image view, which is the one control on custom layout. Look, this control name is fruit image view and the second one is fruit name text view. Secondly, I'm just writing here text view. Now text view equal to fruit name text view and then my view dot find view by id r dot id dot fruit name text view. Now you got the two control. You have to set the values. Where you have the values? You have the values inside array. Photos are here, names are here and the photos are here. So get the values. I'm just writing here fruit image view dot set image resource. Where is your image? Your image is within fruit images. What is the name? Let's use the proper name. Array. Fruit images array. So this is the name, fruit images array, and then which position? So you can just see it has the one position. First of all 0 will be passed, then 1, then 2, then 3. It's depend on the number of item. So I'm writing here position. So display 0 position image inside the image view, and then furthermore fruit name, I'm just writing here fruit name image view dot set text. Where is the text? The text is basically fruit name array position, and finally we have to return my view. That's it. This is what we have to do on the adapter side. So basically we will pass array values. By the time I will declare my adapter object, I will pass three values: array values and context. Array values I will store here, and then one by one through the loop it will display automatically uh, uh, within the control, and then we have to link with the list view. Finally, what I have to do here, I have to declare here the two arrays. Fruit names, this is one array, and I am just storing here apple, then I am storing here cherry, and then I am storing coconuts. If you have the more, so then you can declare even more. Then I am just writing here integer fruit images. This is the one more array, and then here where we have the photo, we have inside the resource. So get these resources r dot drawable, because this is under the drawable. r.dryable.apple, r.dryable.cherry, r.dryable.coconut. Now you have these two array values. Now what we have to do, where do you want to display? We want to display inside the list view. So I'm just writing here my fruit list view equal to list view, list view, find view by id, r.id dot fruit list view. Now as I just told you, now if you want to display these values within this list view, so you cannot display directly. So can I use the default array adapter? No, you cannot use it because you have designed your own array, and this your own adapter. To your adapter you have to pass three values, two arrays and one context. So I'm just doing the same here. I'm declaring here my adapter, and then your object obj, my obj adapter, object, any name you can just use here, equal to new my adapter, and then pass the values. Look, you have to just pass here the different values. Number one, you have to just pass name array, then images array, and then the context. So I'm just passing here the name array. Where, what is the name here? We have the fruit names, then we have fruit images, and then the context I can just use here this this. So what's the error? So the error is basically, you can just see, we have to declare here int and integer is basically a different thing. Int and integer is basically a different thing. So you have to just write down here int, and that's it. The issue has been resolved. Finally you have to just link. So I'm just writing here my fruit list view dot set adapter, which is which adapter? Obj adapter. We are done. So just play your application and just see how it's working. And you can just see we have here fruit name. Now there is the one task. This is assignment number 1. Assignment number 1 is for you. So what is assignment number 1? Assignment number 1, you have to display something like this. You have to design a one application where you should display here the product photo, and then you have to display here the product name, and then you have to display here the product description, and then you have to display here the product price. So basically it will be something like this. So for example, here we have the photo of the product. So I'm just writing p mean that this will be the photo, and then I'm just going to write down here the product name. So for example, we have here the product name, which is Dell laptop. I'm just writing here at the top Dell laptop. So this will be basically your product name. Then description, what is the description of your Dell? So I'm just saying here 1 TB hard drive, Core i7. So this is what you have to do. And then what is the price? So then you have to display here, for example, $980. So this way, then basically you have to display your first product in the list view, and then you have to display the second product, then you have to display the third product, and then you have to display the fourth product. So take 4 different laptops or hard drive or RAM or anything. So how many arrays you have to declare? You have to declare here one array for the photo, one array for the product name, one array for the product description, and one array for the prices. And then what you have to do, you have to design your custom layout, just like here. I just took the 2 control, but you have to took the 4 control. Product photo, product name, product description, and the product price. design your base adapter and in a way so that, and then you should display all this information inside the list view, just like I have just displayed only the product photo and name. You should display here the description and the price of the product. And secondly, by the time I should just click on particular thing, it should display in the message box, in the toast box, name of the product, description of the product, and the price of the product. When I click on the product number 3, it should do the same exactly. So this is your assignment number 1. I will give you the deadline in the LMS. You can just check the deadline in the LMS. In the LMS, just check the deadline.